Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. This is our weekly recap of all things Injustice for the week of April 7th, 2022. The current character challenge is Dawn of Justice Superman. It's a 1-week repeat, and the required characters are Zod, Lex Luthor, and Doomsday. And those are available at a gold, a bronze, and a silver, respectively, if you're looking at the lowest tier to get them.
And totally thematically on point.
Yeah, that's true, actually, for Superman. That's a good point. Yeah, and so his passive is Shattering Blow, which is Superman's special attacks have a chance to shatter equipment, temporarily disabling all gear on the opponent. He's got 1,300 for both his attack and his health. He was last available on the 10th of June, 2021.
Right. So this is interesting. The passive, I think, is really fun. It's great for when the opponent has one of those really sort of defensive loadouts that minimize the damage that they take or give them lots of healing that really makes the fight drawn out. Perfect antidote to that. The difference here compared to, say, Claw of Horus, which also shatters gear, is that the special has to land unblocked for a chance for the passive to trigger. So if it's blocked, nothing happens. So that's the main disadvantage. However, it lasts for a full minute, even if the opponent tags out. The Claw of Horus effect rinses when the opponent tags out. So it's... and the chance is a little bit higher. I think Claw of Horus is 30%. This one is 40%. And the cool thing is, you could actually stack them. I don't know if the likelihood increases or not, or whether it has to only pick one or the other. But I mean, it's...
You mean by likelihood increases, like if it can double trigger on the same hit?
Yeah. Because I don't know that I've seen it, but we've got a video demonstrating it from way back when it was the Busting Makes Me Feel Good.
We'll link it.
Yeah, and
the Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters guy. So it's a lot of fun, and so some characters have passives that make your team way more powerful. You get easier wins, faster fights, and this isn't one of them. This is just one that makes it really fun because I think the execution of it doesn't matter nearly as much. The fights that I've got, and I think, you know what, I'm gonna do some fights with Dawn of Justice Superman for next week's Q&A, but the number of times that you need or that you can use it for Astro Harness, by the time you've built up enough power and shattered all the gears, you're not saving that much time. It's just fun, though, stripping off all their gears.
And you know what? If you were going to lose a fight, though, if you're at relatively high stats, it might make the difference.
That's true.
So it wouldn't speed up your fights that much. But if there's a fight that you were maybe going to lose otherwise, it might make the difference in that circumstance.
Yeah.
So, maybe good in that sense.
And last week we did Man of Steel with the gear shattering. And in my mind, after playing both of them for a bit now, with this particular loadout and trying to have him do this particular job, it's a bit of a toss-up. Man of Steel, he gets more specials of his passive triggers, but it doesn't always trigger. Dawn of Justice, you need to work a little bit harder because you don't get as many specials, but the gear shatter lasts longer. So, yeah, it's
there we go.
Toss-up, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the challenge, we've had 2 complete runs of our 43-week challenge character cycle that first appeared in May 2020. We're in the sort of 98th week straight of it following a pattern, which means that we're 12 weeks into our 3rd cycle.
Right.
And if this pattern holds, we expect animated Batman Beyond next. And just a reminder, that 43-week cycle is missing a full 23 challenge characters. So it's, missing...
half a year's worth.
Yeah, almost a third. A little more than a third, actually.
Yeah, 26 would be half a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. This week's multiplayer award is Reverse Flash, whose passive is Cellular Regeneration, which is while active, the Reverse Flash has a chance to immediately regenerate health and cleanse negative effects after taking damage from a special attack. May occur 3 times per match. He's got 1,000 of both of his base stats, so 1,000 attack, 1,000 health, and was last available on the 2nd of September, 2021. For this, we're 2 complete cycles through a 31 reward sequence. We are the 4th week in our 3rd cycle. So we've had about 66 weeks in a row of a consistent pattern, with next week being Flashpoint Deathstroke.
Right. So if you compare it even just to last week, right? Metahuman Flash was 1200, I think. So Reverse Flash has lower stats, 1000 and 1000. Even though his stats are pretty low, he used to be the most important character when we were really motivated to finish Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically because of his basics. And his passive is interesting because that does make him a little bit hardier, so he's harder to knock out, but it's really his basics. And he, like all the Flashes, got great speed, and the way he juggles is when you swipe just once, he'll hit twice. If you don't swipe again for the third hit, then he doesn't complete his combo, and you wait a moment. But if you wait too long, then the opponent will hit you. If you wait just enough so that the third or the end of the combo doesn't trigger, and then you start a new one that's another double, you can indefinitely juggle an opponent. And the difference between this juggling and what other people call juggling is that when the opponent has power, most other characters, your juggle will be interrupted.
Yeah, they can just sort of hit that special and it takes precedence.
Right. Not Reverse Flash. So while they're still sort of a little bit shocked and not about to do their special yet, you can get in, you can start your next combo, and you can just do that indefinitely. And so there's a couple of other interesting things that you'll notice if you play with him or you play against him. If he's already lost health and he tags in because the teammate got knocked out with a special, and even if that special doesn't hit, or actually if the special doesn't hit him but it finishes on him, and if it hits him and it finishes on him, and his passive triggers, he'll get all of his health back, not just to get back to where he was, but right up to to top him right up to 100%.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, in the fights, whether it's in Survivor or even in regular play mode where any of the passes are disabled, if his cellular regeneration triggers, it unlocks the specials that were otherwise locked.
Yeah, so pretty interesting guy.
Yeah.
It can be pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of fun, so we've done a few things with him, and probably worth linking in the description also is we made him disappear using Elseworld Flash's passive, which in the past, when it engaged in the middle of passive, would freeze Elseworld Flash's opponents in their state that they were in, which in the middle of Reverse Flash's special, it can be invisible.
Yep.
And the Regime Flash's speed boost is enough so that you don't even need to use Reverse Flash's special 1 to give him a speed boost, and it's enough to do that infinite juggle that's so good on Reverse Flash.
So there we go. Moving on to the store now, we have the Batman animated pack for $37.99 Canadian. It was last available in 2020.
Yeah, wow.
So it's been a while. Late 2020, sort of back quarter. And the available, the characters that come in it are animated Batman Beyond, animated Harley Quinn, and then normal Batman Beyond. And so that's a challenge character. We've got a challenge character and a console unlock in that. So that's, not bad. Yeah. As far as rarity goes, I think console unlocks do they still work?
I don't think so. I don't think I've just seen comments every once in a while from a new player that says
the console unlocks don't work anymore. Yeah, because that's what my understanding was. I don't remember why I had that because it's been so long since it's come up for us. Yeah, but
and that's also another clue to the challenge. So despite the last time this challenge came up, there wasn't a pack. This time there is a pack that actually hints at the fact that animated Batman Beyond is probably coming.
That's true. We also have the Bleed Out pack for $24.99, again Canadian. It was available twice in 2021. It was available only a couple months ago, actually.
Is it a couple months?
Or sorry, no, early 20.
I guess it feels like we're only we're already April, so
late 2021. Yeah. Anyways,
so it's already been like more than half a year.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe not as recent. It just feels like 2021 was recently.
Yeah.
And that comes with Batman Returns Catwoman, Regime Aquaman, and Mortal Kombat Scorpion. The last two of whom are also challenge characters. So a little bit rarer than store available, but I think challenge characters are probably the least valuable of the people that you can get in packs that are special. Yep.
So hanging around for another week is the character bundle Rebirth team. We talked about it last time. We got a few other packs. So the Survivor pack, 13th week in a row of the Survivor Pack, 18th week in a row of the character bundle Batman Universe, and the 25th, almost half a year now, of the Most Wanted Pack.
Yeah, 1 week off half a year.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to celebrate.
We'll have to celebrate that
half-year anniversary. And speaking of that, we have all 3 celebration packs still in the store for 300 Nth Metal. Just Aquaman, Shazam, and Joker celebrating endlessly, despite all the sort of not great things happening in the world.
I saw what you did there.
I don't know why I brought it back to that. It feels unrelated for what we're talking about. But anyways, they're still out there partying. And in our Survivor, we have the 4th World Gear set until the 20th of April 2022. We have Phantom Zone not around right now. It's finished. Fight 62 is still broken as always.
Right. Last weekend's breakthrough was, as expected, Cyborg, Batgirl, and Black Adam. So this coming weekend is probably going to be Deadshot, Wonder Woman, and Static. Link in the description to a subreddit thread from Devlin16, one of the mods on the Justice Mobile subreddit.
I think you just call it a Reddit thread. I think that's accurate. Yeah, it's still just a Reddit thread. Yeah.
Okay.
And so anyways, it's the first week of the month, so we're going to go through our sort of spiel on all of the glitches now in a little bit more detail than we do in our average weekly recap.
Yeah, even though there's nothing changed. I mean, that's the spoiler alert.
So if you want to look at the list of all the glitches that you currently can do, the eye in the top right corner of this video, or the playlist on our channel, or the playlist that is linked in the description of this video, will have the full tutorial videos. But we can go through quickly and let you know some extra information, including stuff that you might want to do or stuff you might remember that you used to be able to do that is no longer working. Because it's harder to search for something that's patched. And if you're looking at the list, it's harder to say, oh, well, what's missing from here?
Right.
So, stuff that there's nothing for credits that we're willing to endorse. And we're also not sure if it works given the most recent update, the just sort of bug fix update that happened most recently. So in season 6 episode 9 of the P&Q and CNA&T, we did talk about a glitch that at least used to exist for power credits that we weren't willing to endorse. But importantly, we just think it's too risky, so we don't really want to explain to anyone how to do it, just in case there's any chance of it mucking up your account.
Right.
And in terms of other stuff that you might want to do that you can't, there's no glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards. There's nothing for getting early multiplayer season rewards. There's nothing to get through the Phantom Zone supernaturally quickly. You just have to do it ridiculously fast, how we do it. And then there's also no way to get free energy without having to watch the ad when you click the free energy button.
I mean, it's separate from the time shifting, which gives you free energy.
Yeah.
And so that brings us to working glitches. Most important one. Challenge reset glitch works, confirmed with the current Dawn of Justice Superman challenge. Remember, that's the same as the Phantom Zone reset when the Phantom Zone is around. Keep that in mind. You're going to be resetting progress for both of them because they're essentially the same thing. If you're on Android 9, great, because we know that it works for sure. Android 10, apparently, you have to re-download more than gig of data. And so we've got a comment from viewer 10 Kakde that goes into which files you can move around on your device. Instead of having to delete it and re-download it, you just shift it around and then you save a bunch of data.
Yeah, so check the description for that.
But we can't confirm it because we're still working on Android 9.
The breakthrough glitch, let you play it repeatedly, is still working. The airplane mode / refund glitch is working. That's good for packs with random drops and last laugh tickets. Basically, anytime you're getting a randomized reward that doesn't require an internet connection. And we say that specifically because that means that you can't use it on the Phantom Zone because that does require an online connection.
Right.
Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. As always, return your clock back to normal, which is to say today's date and time. Don't stay in the future before you start playing again as usual.
Right.
And last but not least, in between not working and working glitches, the promotion glitch, where you can promote characters that are still locked, hasn't had the right conditions since update 2.14, so it's not testable, it's not usable, but it's never failed us, technically, when it's been possible to do it. So we're keeping it in here on that technicality, because we can. We're pedantic like that.
We are.
And that's it for the content this week. To finish up, as always, we'd like to give a huge thank you to all of our wonderful supporters on Patreon.
And that would be BomboBen, Console Peasant, and Edwoon at the top tier last word, Sinemac and Mohammed Albshaiti at the Your Message Here tier, Shawn Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, Brandon C., Irvin Ruiz, Eddydoo, Hoshi 127, who are all supporting us at the credited level, and Chris Wolff, Scarlet, Dani, Awesomegamer 2for1, Pavu RS, Gavin Mallott, and Isfar E at the gratitude level.
Hoshi 127's got you a little off your rhythm now. That is a new name.
It is. Thank you, Hoshi.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for messing us up. Anyways, and so thanks so much for your support, and thanks so much to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.